Hey y'all, welcome back again for the second time. So this is my second time starting this video because the first time the audio was glitchy. So hopefully this time the audio is working well. So I restarted StreamYard. So we'll see how things go. So today I'm talking about how AI can help you to build your online business. And I know you've been hearing about artificial intelligence everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. And you probably have seen two different types of crowds. Some people are very afraid of it because it's unknown, it's not as well understood, and it's a new thing. And then on the flip side, some people are very excited about it because they can see the benefit of it and the value of it. So today, I want to talk to you about how you can actually use artificial intelligence to build your online business. And I want to give you some actual examples so that you can actually see the value in it. If you're one of those people who you're like, listen, I know that um, artificial intelligence can be scary, but I also know that I can't ignore it. So I need to figure out what is this AI thing all about and how it can help me. So by the time we finish today, you will walk away with an understanding of what artificial intelligence is and how you can use it in your business. You can use it in business and you can use it in everyday life. But today we're going to talk about how you can use artificial intelligence in your business. Yay, I'm so glad. Thank you, Natasha. So first of all, the truth is, you guys, we've been using artificial intelligence for a very long time. We just probably were not really aware that we were using artificial intelligence. So you see AI in a lot of different things, even with something as what we may think as simple as autocorrect. When you use Word, right? That's a form of artificial intelligence. When you use Siri and when you use Alexa, and that's those are forms of artificial intelligence. So we've been using artificial intelligence in a lot of different ways. It's just that now everyday people have access to it. Right now we have access to it and we can use it for ourselves to accomplish everyday tasks in our own lives and businesses. And so I know I said this before, that artificial intelligence can be scary, and some people are very much afraid of it because some of the fears are, is artificial intelligence going to replace me? Right? That's one fear that marketers, content creators, and copywriters have, is like, is this going to replace me? Now, I do believe that in many ways, you're going to have to learn how to use artificial intelligence to make you more efficient. However, I don't believe that artificial intelligence can replace you. I believe that we're so fearfully and wonderfully made that we cannot be replicated, right? Nothing beats an expert with boots on the ground experience. However, artificial intelligence is a very powerful tool that can help you get things done faster and help you to come up with new ideas. And it could really save you a lot of time and money. So we'll talk about some of those ways in just a little while. On Tuesday night, I actually showed my clients how to actually use ChatGPT, which is a platform. It's an AI platform that uses OpenAI. So let me just explain what OpenAI is. So OpenAI is the underlying current that all of these artificial intelligence platforms and apps are using. So ChatGPT it's an application that's built on OpenAI. And so, for example, Google has a similar program called Bard that's also built on top of OpenAI. So hopefully that makes sense. So OpenAI is the underlying force that you will find that all of these artificial intelligence apps have in common, right? So they're all built on top of OpenAI. And that's what I mean by, like, now we have access to be able to use artificial intelligence directly for ourselves. So with the fear around artificial intelligence replacing us, I know when I thought about it at first, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like when you really get into artificial intelligence and see all the things that you can do with it, I do understand why it's scary to people, because it's like, oh my goodness, like this is what I get paid to do. And now, people can do this with artificial intelligence. So let me give you an example. So one of the things that I do is I help my clients with content ideas. I help them come up with content ideas. I help write I help them to create offers. You guys, Chat GPT can help with all of those things. Okay. And we're gonna dive deeper into it in just a minute. But so there could be a fear with, oh my goodness, like, am I going to be replaced? And so I don't have that fear because I believe that I'm in the camp that says, okay, this cannot be ignored, right? You cannot ignore artificial intelligence. And I believe that the best way forward is to really understand it and how you can use it. I also believe that eventually people who are using artificial intelligence are going to be able to get things done, a lot faster, which is going to save time and money. Because, for example, if I write copy and I write a sales page, it may take me several hours to write a sales page when ChatGPT can do it in a matter of seconds. Okay. And so I also believe that we talked about copywriters and marketers and things like that. I believe that eventually copywriters are going to have to know how to use ChatGPT so that they can be more efficient as well. So when I say copywriters, it's people who write copy, people who create content, marketers. Listen, we're going to have to really understand how to use artificial intelligence, because if we don't, then the people who are using it are going to outpace us, because they're going to be getting things done more efficiently. And like I said, if I have to write a sales page and it takes me all day, several hours to write a sales page, depending on if it's long form or short form, but a long form sales page could take me several hours to write and do some research around. And if I can use Chat GPT, artificial intelligence, to help me to get it done faster, guess what? That's what I'm doing, right? Because we're all very busy, right? And anything that can save you some time and some money, we're all for it. So when I work with my clients on Tuesday night, we basically use Chat GPT, which is a platform that uses open AI to help people do awesome things. And even as a kid, I always had the understanding. Now, my parents are old school, of course. When I was growing up, my mom and dad used to say, well, someday computers are going to replace people. And as a kid, I believe that. I'm like, well, my parents are saying that one day computers are going to replace people. And so what I did was I developed a desire to really understand technology and to understand computers, because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if computers are going to replace people, then as far as jobs and things like that, and we already see that happening. We already see, for example, when you go to certain stores, you see self checkout, right? The self checkout machine is a computer that has replaced a cashiers, right? Now, some of these stores need to bring these cashiers back. I'm not gonna mention any store names, but you guys can figure out who I'm talking about. Some of these stores need to bring the real human cashiers back instead of using these machines. But that is an example of a computer replacing someone's job. And so, as a kid, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if computers are going to replace people's jobs, there's always going to be a need for a person to operate the computer, or a person who understands the computer, a person to fix that computer when it goes down. And so that is initially how I got into the field of information technology. So those of you who know me, I did 10 years on active duty in the Navy as an IT. So I worked with computers, routers, internet protocols, all kinds of different things when it comes to technology. And then I went and got a couple of degrees in computer studies. So now I'm like, oh my goodness, is this the moment that I've been waiting for? My inclination is to really dive in, to really understand how we can use artificial intelligence every single day. And this is what I've been studying. This is what I've been testing. And even last night, right? All day, I have been so busy all day. And there are sometimes, you guys, when at the end of the day, when I'm spent, I'm ready to just chill out. I'm ready to turn that TV on. Even though sometimes I'm so busy, you guys, that my TV doesn't even come on. But some nights I'm like, listen, I just want to relax. I want to get on the couch. I want to turn on that TV and just relax. But last night, instead of turning on the TV, guess what I was doing? Studying artificial intelligence. And so I want to talk to you about some of the things that I found and give you an overview of artificial intelligence so that you can understand how you're going to proceed forward with using it to grow your business. Now, I will tell you that from my what I've been doing, what I've been studying, my research, and what I've been teaching my clients. As a matter of fact, I might need to do a part 2 and maybe a part 3 with my clients because there's just so much, right? That's why I told you I want you to understand this. Now, I'm going to talk to you about some ways you can use artificial intelligence to grow your business. The stuff that I'm going to share with you today is only a small fraction of what artificial intelligence can do. We just don't have time to sit here and cover everything, right, that it can do. But I want to talk to you very specifically about things that you can use artificial intelligence for to help you with your business in your day-to-day tasks for your business. Now, you can literally see artificial intelligence, specifically Chat GPT, as an extra team member, right? Chat GPT, if you use it correctly, can be a team, like a team member. So Chat GPT is, and I said this earlier, but just in case you're just popping in, Chat GPT is an application that you can use to help you to accomplish amazing tasks. This application is powered by OpenAI, and it can do some incredible things. And I'm going to talk about some of those incredible things in just a few minutes. Now, one thing to understand about Chat GPT, if you're looking for where to start, you can start with Chat GPT and start to play around with it. And the reason why I say start to play around with it is because when you're using artificial intelligence, your input is very important to the output. Okay, so we used to, when I was in the Navy, we used to say garbage in, garbage out. And we used that term when it was time to do our performance evaluations. So when it was time for performance evaluations, the supervisors would ask people for input, like, okay, what have you accomplished all year, right? Because they're not keeping track of everybody's accomplishments. So they would come to us, right? And then when I was a supervisor, I would go to my subordinates and say, hey, what did you accomplish this year? Send me everything you got from what you accomplished this year so I can put that in your performance evaluation. Well, if you give me garbage, the only thing I can give you back is garbage, right? If you don't give me enough information, then I can't write you a good performance evaluation. Well, Chat GPT is just like that, right? The better your input, the better your inquiry, the better output it can give you. So you really got to learn how to ask the right questions so that you can get the right responses. And so what I've learned is that if your question is vague, you get a vague answer. If your question is very specific, you'll get a specific answer. And you guys, like when I tell you that Chat GPT is mind-blowing, that's just one application, you guys. One application. That's one artificial intelligence application, right? There's so many out there. And I'm talking specifically about Chat GPT and how it can help you with your business. So I just want you to understand there are a lot of different applications, AI applications out there. I'm talking to you about Chat GPT and how you can use it every day to grow your business. Okay. So it is mind blowing what you can do with Chat GPT. But the one thing I want you to understand is you got to know how to ask the right questions. I found that the more advanced my questions are, the more mind blowing the response is. So first of all, I'm going to give you 8 to 10 different ways you can use Chat GPT to help you with building your online business. Okay. And it may even turn out to be more, right? Because remember when I said there's so many things that can be done with Chat GPT. We're going to talk about a few of them today. Okay. So first of all, Chat GPT can help you with content ideas. Okay. And you guys, listen, I may be training myself out of a job because these are the same things that I help people to do, right? But thankfully, my clients are still. I just showed my clients how to use Chat GPT to come up with write copy on Tuesday. And one of my clients is still like, hey, did you get a chance to look over my copy yet? And I'm so thankful for that because it shows like, okay, this Chat GPT, artificial intelligence does not fully replace you, right? Nothing beats that boots on the ground strategy that you have. When you are an expert in your experience, nothing can beat that real life experience that you have. Okay. So using artificial intelligence, using Chat GPT specifically, you can come up with content ideas. Okay. It can help you come up with content ideas. that are brilliant. Now, you don't want to use I believe if you use or if you depend on artificial intelligence too much, I do believe that it can cripple your creativity and your ability to think, right? We always want to be able to do that deep work. You always want to have a space to be able to think. I believe that now more than ever, critical thinking is going to be in high demand, right? Because most people are going to be depending on artificial intelligence and leaning on it. But I still want you to maintain the power of critical thinking, because even as I'm using Chat GPT, I'm not depending fully on it, because I can go through the output and tweak things, take out things that I don't like, tweak the things that I do like. And you got to be able to do that, because when you go into Chat GPT, it will tell you, hey, you know what, I'm new at this, I'm still learning, so I may give you some incorrect information, right? That's a disclaimer. It says, hey, I may spit out some incorrect information. So right now it's saying to you, hey, I'm pulling information, and I don't know if it's correct or not. I just know how to get the information, but I can't tell the difference between what's correct and what's not. Okay. You as the expert have to be able to do that. You have to be able to look at the output and say, I'm gonna take this out, or oh, that is outdated, or so you got to be able to look over it. And that's what I mean by like not depending fully on on Chat GPT. You still have to maintain your ability to think critically, and you still have to be in control. You are the expert, okay? So don't let Chat GPT become the expert for you, but allow it to be a partner, a teammate, right? Because even when you have a team, you listen to the feedback from your team, but ultimately it's still your decision. Okay. So number one, Chat GPT can help you with content ideas. Okay. So if you're struggling with content ideas, give it a go and see what you'll come up with. Number two, Chat GPT can help you to write copy. Okay, so copywriting is super important when it comes to doing anything with online business. Whether you want somebody to join your group, if you want somebody to sign up for your free class, if you want somebody to book a call with you, if you want somebody to buy your new enroll in your new program, you need strong copy to motivate people to hit the buy button, or to hit the enroll button, or to hit the join now button, right? Copywriting is what moves people to action. Okay. And a lot of times, you guys, one of the reasons why people struggle with sales is because their copy is not good. Okay. So copywriting is very important. Chat GPT can help you to write better copy. Okay. Number three, Chat GPT can help write emails. You can literally give it a command to write a specific email on a specific topic to a specific person, a specific length. And remember when I said specificity counts, when you're using Chat GPT, the more specific the better, right? So it can write emails for you. Number three, it can also help you to do market research. Market research is crucial when you are creating a new offer. So one of the things, there are a few ways to determine if your offer is going to sell. So one way is to engage with your audience and find out exactly what they need, and really take time to survey your audience, talk to your people, and understand exactly what they want and what they're willing to pay for. Okay. So that's like a different kind of market research, where you're live and engaging with your people. This is why I encourage my clients to talk to their audience on a regular basis, talk to the people in their audience via direct messenger, via email, on live, interacting with their people, because that's how you can get the understanding of what people are looking for, and that in turn can inform the offers that you create. Okay, I know what offers to create because I talk to you guys, and I know what you're struggling with. So I know what offers I can create, and I know what you will buy. Now, with Chat GPT can also help you with identifying pain points. And you always want to, I always, my husband was just talking to my daughter this morning about really understanding the truth for herself, and understanding where to go to find the truth, right? So in our house, we read the scriptures, we pray, and we are champions for truth in our house, right? And so what I do when I see something or hear something, I always go back and do research, and I always make sure I'm looking at a reputable source. And that could just be because from me, going to school, I'm a lifetime student and I love school. But that's one of the first things that we learn in English class. When I was in English class, we learned, okay, when you're gathering resources, when you're gathering information, always consider the source. Is this a reputable source? So when you are when you're doing market research and you're leveraging Chat GPT to do market research, you always want to make sure the information is correct, because remember when I said ultimately you are the expert. And so there's some ways to do that. So for example, when I was leveraging Chat GPT to do some market research, I was able to say, oh, that is absolutely correct. Oh, this is so good because it's absolutely correct. And I know it because I know from engaging with my people that this stuff is accurate. So y'all, it literally pulls up the information that I've learned from years of engaging with my audience. Chat GPT was able to pull this information in seconds. Okay. Years of engaging, it pulled this information in seconds, right? And because of my experience, I'm able to say this is absolutely correct. Now, there's been some times where Chat GP has pulled something and I'm like, this is not something that I will be using, right? That's not quite accurate, or that's not quite what I'm looking for, or this is not quite spot on. But because of my experience, I'm able to determine that. Okay, so this is what I mean by nothing beats a boots on the ground expert, right? Because you can navigate through real life situations. You can give real time information. So, for example, all of my clients are different. They're in different places. They have different audiences. They have different goals. And so, if they ask me the same question, my answer may be different for one of my clients versus what I may say to another client. Okay. So if they ask me something, I'm like, oh, for you, this is what you should do. But for my other client, I may say, well, for you, you should do yours like this, because they all have different personalities. They all have different things that they're doing. They have different audiences and things like that. So because of that, that's what I mean by like that boots on the ground experience, right? Um, Chat GPT cannot replace that amazing boots on the ground experience that you have. That's why I say you can use it to become more efficient, but not to fully replace you. So I want to be clear on that, okay? So you can do market research with Chat GPT. It can help you to uncover pain points, and it can also help you to uncover your audience preferences. So when I did it to do research, like I said, it was pretty spot on based on my actual boots on the ground experience with my audience. Another thing that Chat GPT can help you to do is it can literally write you a live video script, a podcast. It can do your show notes for your podcast, for your live videos. It can literally write you a script. So if you're stuck on, okay, I know I want to talk about this topic, but what am I going to say? How am I going to map this out? You can use Chat GPT to help you come up with your flow and help you to come up with what you're going to talk about first, second, third. And it can even help you with your call to action. What do you want people to do next, right? What do you want them to do after they listen to that video or after they listen to that podcast? And it's pretty powerful with coming up with that kind of information. Okay, so but you always want with your expertise, and you're ultimately in control. Don't let Chat GPT totally replace you, but you want to use it to be more efficient. Okay. Also, it can help you with landing pages. It can help you write a landing page. It can help you write a sales page. But again, you gotta be specific. You gotta give it very specific instructions and make sure that whatever it's putting out is lining up with your brand. So even when I work with my clients, I always test and say, okay, well, how does this fit for your brand? So what I do is based on what I know about them, based on what I know about their audience, and based on what I know about their goals, I'll always create for them when they're like, hey, can you help me with this? Because I have the gift of ideation, right? And I encourage my clients to pull on that, right? If you know I'm the idea person and you need ideas, send me a message and say, hey, can you help me with ideas on this? Or hey, can you help me with an angle, on this? right? That is it. That's my jam, right? Coming up with those different things. But once I create things for them, I always do a check and say, okay, how is this, or does this align with your brand? Because I want to make sure that whatever they're doing, it feels right for them and it feels good for them. And most of the time, I'm pretty spot on, because I do take the time to get to know my clients and understand where they're trying to go, and what they want to do, the impact that they want to make. Okay. So always just check, weigh it against your expertise. Don't just cut and paste and just throw stuff out there, right? Because anything that you put out is still a reflection of your brand. So we talked about landing pages. The landing page could be your sales page to sell a specific product, or it can be an opt-in page for them to opt in to get your free products. Another thing that ChatGPT can do for you is it can write posts for you. It can write a LinkedIn post, Instagram post, Facebook post, whatever command you give it. So the way that it works, you guys, and I don't think I explained this in the beginning, but the way that artificial intelligence works, like specifically ChatGPT, if you ask it a question, it goes out and it pulls information from what it's finding on the internet, and it gives you a response. Now, artificial intelligence also learns, right? You can train AI to sound like you. There are even some apps where you can do a video. And I'm getting ready to test this as well. But there are some apps where it can create a cartoon image of you and talk and sound just like you. Okay. And it's pretty neat, but it's also it's a little bit on the scary side though, right? It's one of those things where it's fascinating to watch, but it's also like, wow, like this thing can really talk and sound like me, right? So I was telling my husband the other day, I'm like, listen, we need to come up with a word, a safe word, right? So we know, okay, this is really you, right? It's not artificial intelligence imitating me, but this is really you. But yes, there are apps out there where you can create an avatar of yourself, and the avatar will look and sound just like you, except it'll be in a cartoon-like image. And so there's also apps out there where if you let's say I'm doing this live video, and let's say that I say something that I don't like, I can go back to AI and say this instead, and it can write over write over my voice and say something differently. Especially if you're in a place where you're doing like a live video and you want to like pull the audio off and like turn it into a podcast or something like that. But maybe there's some things that you said live that you don't want on the podcast. You can have AI overwrite that and say something different in your voice, and upload the podcast. So this is what I mean by, like, for some people, artificial intelligence is kind of scary, right? But it can also be very exciting if you understand how you can use it to grow your business. I feel like I was just telling my husband the other day, I said, I feel like this is an example where we need to be wise as serpents. You know how the Bible talks about being wise as serpents, but as gentle as doves. I feel like learning how to use artificial intelligence for your benefit is wisdom. Okay. You don't have to let it cripple your ability to think critically. You don't have to allow it to replace you, but you can leverage it to make you more efficient, to save you time, to save you money. In my opinion, that's good stewardship. Okay. Because as CEOs, business owners, as leaders, we're always figuring out how can we be more productive. Because if I can save money on a person, a copywriter writing my emails, or an assistant, creating these content ideas, or whoever you have on your team or you need on your team, it's a great way to save some time and save some money. So I believe in the near future, people are going to be looking for people who know how to use artificial intelligence, right? So if you're hiring a copywriter, you may still want a copywriter, but you want that copywriter to know how to use artificial intelligence so that copywriter can train your AI to sound like you, to speak like you, to use language and messaging that lines up with your brand, right? Because not a lot of people aren't going to have time for that. Okay, listen, most CEOs, they don't have time to sit there and work with artificial intelligence for hours and hours and hours. They will probably just rather pay somebody to get their artificial intelligence up to speed to be able to do that for them. So I do believe that in the near future, more people are going to be looking for, okay, I need people who know how to use artificial intelligence. Okay. Yep. I still need copywriters. Yep. I still need social media managers, but I need them to know how to use artificial intelligence. Okay. So landing pages, and we talked about writing posts. And then finally, you guys, I told you that there's so many different things that artificial intelligence can do. But we're talking about today of just a very small, a very small portion of what artificial intelligence can do to help you to grow your business. Y'all, you really got to dive into it. It's amazing if you know how to use it right. And there's so many different things that you can do. Okay. So finally, the last point that I want to talk about today with what AI can help you to do is it can literally help you to create an entire marketing campaign. ChatGPT can create a whole marketing campaign for you, and it could spit you out a table for different things that you're going to talk about and do in this marketing campaign. So that's all of those things are pretty amazing, y'all. And like I said, that's only a small portion of what AI can do. So we talked about how ChatGPT specifically can help you with content ideas. It can help you to write copy. It can help you to write emails. It can help you to do market research, and that's uncovering pain points and uncovering your audience preferences. It can also help you to write live video scripts or show notes for your podcast, or any type of live show that you're doing. It can help you to write those scripts or your show notes. And I didn't mention this part, but it can also help you to outline content, y'all. Like even writing books, right? And those are some of the things that I haven't even talked about. But like I said, if we cover everything, like we'll be here all day talking about this. Okay. So also it can help you to write your landing pages, whether it's a sales page or an opt-in page, or if you're building a funnel, it can help you to write the copy for those things. It can also help you to write posts for your social media, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you need content for your group. It can help you to write posts, and then it can help you to write marketing campaigns. So you guys, let me know if this is something that you'll be interested in. I've been thinking about hosting a course on this, not necessarily a course, but a live workshop, live, to show you how to actually get in there and use ChatGPT, how to ask the right questions, and how you can literally apply that to your businesses. If that's something that you're interested in, just let me know. And but it's just something that I'm just kind of tossing up right now. But if I see that this is something that my audience is looking for, remember what I told you, I like to engage with you guys and find out what you need and what you're looking for. If this is something that you want, just let me know. You can comment on the video. You can send me a message to say, hey, I would love to a class on this, how to really dive into ChatGPT and use it for my business. Just let me know. All right, you guys, this has been so awesome. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I will see y'all back here next week at the same time and the same place. Now, go out, get into ChatGPT, have some fun with some AI, and see how you can use it in your business. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Y'all have a great Thursday and a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.